Now, if you're a fan of Michael Connolly or Ian Rankin, then you will love our next guest. Already a massive hit around the world. Gerard O'Donovan's The Priest mixes serial killers and religion on the damp streets of Dublin with great effect.
The Priest is Irish journalist Gerard O'Donovan's first novel in his new crime series, and he's here to tell us all about the book, his inspiration for it, and his love for crime writing. Gerard, you're very welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's a good day to be here.
Oh, it is indeed.
Very interesting times.
It is interesting times we are living at the moment. In regards to the book, your inspiration for it, let's start with that.
Well, I mean, I've always been a huge crime reading fan, and I've always been a big reader, but for this particular, I wanted to write a really good page-turning, sort of cracking crime thriller in the sort of the manner of my great crime writing heroes, like, as you said, Michael Connolly, Ian Rankin, all those sort of people. And, of course, I always thought, being from Dublin, I always thought Dublin would be the best place possible to set it, because it's small, you know, there's lots, it's very inside.
We've never officially had a serial killer, have we?
We've never had a serial killer in Dublin.
They've never allowed us to believe that we've had one.
Exactly. So I just thought it would be fantastic. And I was out in Phoenix Park one day, and I was sort of wandering around, and I saw the papal cross there. And it just kind of struck me at the time, this was about 3 or 4 years ago, how much attitudes to religion had changed in Ireland since the Pope's visit. And I had also been sort of wandering around as a crime writer. You're always looking for sort of strange places for people to hide bodies and commit murders and things like that, you know. And I had been down in the Ferry Glen in the Phoenix Park, and there was just this really odd place, and I thought that would be a great place to sort of stumble across a body.
They did find the body of an Eastern European woman up there subsequently, didn't they?
Absolutely. Well, nothing to do with me. And so I just thought that kind of image of a man hiding a body in the shadow of the papal cross came along, and I thought, God, that's
And you added the flourishes of the cross being burned into her.
Yeah, absolutely. So and then I was telling somebody the other day, I also heard, I don't know who it was, but somebody said that Roddy Doyle had been the first Irish writer to not feature crucifixes in his books. You see, so I thought, well, that would be quite an interesting idea to play with. You know, so I thought maybe I could sort of put the crucifix back at the heart of Irish crime writing, you know, but with a twist, you know. So that's basically where the idea came.
This is a dark book.
It's pretty dark, yeah. Yeah, but not, you know, I mean, I think it's a great read, and it's not so dark that you wouldn't enjoy reading it on the beach, or, you know, I mean, it's a real page turner. So it's kind of the feedback I've had on it from everybody is that you just can't put it down. You know, people.
The reviews seem to bolster that and say absolutely gripping from first to last,
which is what I set out to do. Which is brilliant. Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you know the way our perceptions of serial killers and murders, and indeed the people who chase them, has been so culturally colonised by both American and British television that we sometimes, I think this is our own hang-up, but I think we sometimes find it hard to take Irish cops or Irish journalists seriously pursuing something like this. Now, I mean, there's no reason why we should think that, but we do.
There's no reason why you should think that. I think in terms of the sort of Irish cop setting and the Dublin setting, I wanted to write a book about a sort of a good man who knew which side of the law he was on, you know. So this is the main character, Detective Inspector Mike Mulcahy.
I was just saying, can you really be cool if your name is Mick Mulcahy?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can.
And so but he's kind of fighting a general perception that this could not possibly be happening in Dublin. And so that's all part of it, you know. And then there's my second main character is Siobhan Fallon, who's a tabloid journalist. And of course she's dying for it to be true, to be happening in Dublin, you know, because she wants the big story. And so they kind of play off each other, and it's this kind of sense of what happens if a serial killer hits a small community like Dublin, you know, a relatively small community. Because I was...
you lived in Ipswich at the time,
I lived in Ipswich at the time that the Suffolk Strangler, Steve Wright, was... he killed 5 prostitutes there. And the thing that struck me most of all when I was living there was that the whole community gets gripped by this fear. And even though, at a kind of rational level, you have... this man was killing only prostitutes in a very small part of the city. But everybody was terrified, you know, for miles and miles around. And these fears grip an entire population. And it's just fascinating.
Were they terrified? They wouldn't have been terrified that it was going to happen to them, or were they terrified that maybe they knew who this person was, that it was a person living amongst them?
Absolutely.
Was that what the fear was?
To be, you know, I mean, Ipswich is a fairly small city. I lived outside. But, yeah, I mean, everybody was looking over their shoulders, and especially in the small towns around Ipswich. I remember there was one man in particular who was Not the full shilling, and he got arrested, and there was an awful lot of talk, and the whole sort of community closed in on itself, and it's just very strange times when you actually get close to that kind of it's just a general reaction. So that's kind of part of my fascination with that. I was just trying to get a little bit of that sense of the reaction to that happening in a small community coming across, and the different kind of attitudes, you know, could it be happening? No, it couldn't be happening. And then you kind of throw in a few bits of religion, you know, which is always a kind of tinderbox issue here, and just trying to see what would come out of that, really, you know. So
why the title, Gerard? Why the priest?
The title, because that is the nickname that the serial killer gets. I have to leave it to the reader to see what comes
discover
out
a bit
there
more.
in the end. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, that's basically because it's a particular sensitive issue, and this nickname comes out in the media, and so it heightens tensions even more. Yeah.
Very quickly before we finish, Gerard, this is the first of a series of books. Is there three?
There is, well, it's a two-book deal at the moment. I'm sort of delivering the second book. I'm sort of writing and researching it at the moment. I've got to finish it in about 6 weeks' time. So that will be coming out early next year. So it's all go. It's
and of course,
fantastic.
people watching this morning might be going, I know that name from somewhere. Where do I know it? Because you were part and parcel of setting up the Irish edition of the Sunday Times for many years.
I used to work with the late Alan Ruddock, absolutely, and late lamented.
Very sadly.
And so then I moved on to the Daily Telegraph after that, and I actually, you know, when I moved away from the culture, I was particularly concerned with the culture for the Sunday Times. I kind of felt as if I was moving away from Ireland, and because I was working in the Daily Telegraph in London. And so writing this book, it's a kind of way of, you know, if I can't be in Ireland myself, because I love it here, it's lovely to be able to write about it, you know, and try to, you have to keep in touch with everything that's happening, because to give it any kind of authenticity or integrity, you have to know what's going on.
Staying in touch with home.
Absolutely, so it works very well.
To each his own. We wish you all the very best. Certainly, you've got a Golden Dagger nomination or an award already, and all the crime writing critics are loving it. So it looks like you're starting a very successful.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Good luck with that.
Thank you very much.
The Priest in all good bookstores right now.
Now let's go outside to Anna.
Well, some of the best street performers are about to descend on Dublin this weekend. 150,000 people turned up